Wasteland's a dangerous place. Arm yourself with a quality weapon right here. Weapons of all kinds, yours for a fair price. Wasteland's a dangerous place. Arm yourself with a quality weapon right here. Rifles, grenades, every other kind of weapon you need. Weapons of all kinds, yours for a fair price.
I hope this has something to do with our mission.
Guns and ammo here.
Don't worry about me. I'll stay in line.
Ammo here. You don't want to be caught without it. Weapons of all kinds, yours for a fair price.
I think you should stay on point. Your instincts seem to be right on target.
Guns and ammo here. Pistols, rifles, grenades, and every other kind of weapon. You need.
Need supplies?
Sure, I'm here to trade, but I'm not with my dog.
I'd bring my kids here someday. For all the raiders.
You're lucky Nish is in charge. If it were up to me,
Weapons of all kinds, those for a fair price.
Life's too short for bullshit. Gotta party like it's your last day ever. Ought to be handing Nuka World over to the operator's boss.
you really should rethink where you stand. Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, you had to turn up.
All these suckers trying to make it on their own. Well, makes for easy pickings, I guess. Need something, boss?
No, nothing.
If you say so.
Feeling creative today?
We going to get moving soon? The way I see it, either you wind up getting shot, or you're the one holding the gun. I know how I want it.
You know, in a lot of instances, your life was... Feel it.
Over, boss. Making trouble? Just working hard.
Word is, super mutants just hit the place. They're still trying to rebuild. Should be easy pickings.
If there's anything left. How good is this source of yours?
It's good, Shank. I don't bring you bullshit.
And I'd like to keep it that way. Here, earn this. Anything else you find out?
Shank, you'll be the first to know.
Well, look who it is. Liking what you've done with the place, boss. Gang certainly seem pleased with their new little kingdoms. Haven't seen people this revved up since last time someone spiked the water fountains. Never formally introduced myself. Name's Shank. And if you're standing here, well, I suppose Gage figured you might be the one to finally get things back on track. How long did it take him to convince you it was time to move on the Commonwealth?
Let's get one thing straight here. It may have been his suggestion, but it'll be my decision.
I can see that. Well, regardless of the source, idea's a good one. Giving the gang spots to call their own around the park, it bought you some goodwill. But providing them with their own domains, carved from the settlements of the Commonwealth, well, I can't think of a better way to solidify your place around here. Plus, make us all a pretty penny along the way. If that interests you, well, all you've got to do is say the word, and we can let the fun begin.
Okay, let's get started.
Music to my ears. So getting us set up in the Commonwealth's gonna require 3 things: territory, provisions, and loyalty. First things first, territory. We're gonna need to claim a settlement for our gang to work from, an outpost. And there are 2 ways to claim new territory. You can head in yourself and convince the locals to leave, or I can get a crew together and you all can put them in the dirt. How you do it is up to you. You want to talk them off their land, or you want to wipe them out?
Let me talk to them. I'll convince them to leave.
Works for me.
Right?
Now, next up, of course, every outpost you claim, and none of them. Which gang should I have?
The operators.
Got it. I'm sure they'll appreciate you thinking of them. That just leaves the target. Now, for a new outpost, you'll usually want to target a spot with plenty of populated settlements nearby that might be able to feed our people later on. Taffington Boathouse, Croup Manor, Greentop Nursery, the Slog all had a good number of farms within striking distance last I checked. Though I'll need to go through my notes again. Make sure they're all still good to target. We're not always going to be able to run every job against every settlement. So, you ready to pick the spot for Nuka World's first new homestead?
I'm ready.
Good. So, where you want to do this? All right, that one will work. So, to get these folks to scram, You got two main options. Buy them out, or scare them off. Either way, Lizzie Wyeth over with the operators should have some toys that'll make running them off easier. And it's worth keeping in mind, the more populated or fortified... Happy hunting, boss.
Caught one of the traders stealing food. Sometimes you gotta ask yourself, how high were they? Not supposed to hurt the other gangs. No rule against tricking them into hurting each other, though.
Sorry, boss. Got a job. Just thinking to the steps.
Lizzie, overboss. A pleasure. Shank said you might need some tools to ease relations with the people of the Commonwealth. Well, you've come to the right place. I've put together a couple of toys that should make getting what you want out of those rubes easier. Only thing we ask in return is that you remember the operators when you're handing out new territory on the other side of the mountains.
Don't worry. Your gang will be taken care of.
Wonderful. So, first up, something to manipulate a target. It's a homemade distillation brewed to mimic human flight pheromones. Toss one of these grenades at the feet of your target, and convincing the wary settler suddenly becomes a much simpler affair. Now, to function effectively, I had to make the formula precise. So it's not going to work on people in any of the big towns like Bunker Hill or Diamond City, nor on caravanners. But for your purposes, hitting settlements out in the Commonwealth, it ought to give you a serious edge.
Stink bombs. Lovely.
Just give them a try first, Overboss. Here. Only had enough to make the one locally, but you can take the recipe as well. So, the other trick up our sleeve is a little more gulp down a couple lungfuls. Plus, I've went here. Ingredients for that one have been tricky to find, but between that and the grenade, you should have no problem. And just...
Building something?
There are some sick minds running around Nuka World. All the more important you back us.
Hey,
Ready.
Paladin.
You need to talk?
How do you feel about us?
You've earned my respect, soldier. I hope that means something to you.
What are your thoughts on our relationship?
I'd trust you with my life, and I assure you, That trust doesn't come easy.
I think I need to run my missions.
Affirmative. I'll see what I can do to make myself ad Victoriam.
So much money spent on this place, just to hawk some soda. Sad, don't you think?
Mags, William, and Lizzie. All you have to do is hear them speak to know they weren't born into this life. They sure as hell were born for it.
I thought about trying my hand at the gauntlet just to see if I could do it.